So I finally did it. I bought myself a Onewheel. I've been wanting one of these things forever. If we haven't met before, by the way, my name is Dallas. Welcome to One Chance Travel. We've been doing travel videos for like a year now. We just hit 500 subs. Super stoked on that. Thank you guys for subscribing. If you haven't yet, please think about doing it. But today, after 1 week of being a new Pint rider, a new Onewheel rider, I've never ridden them before. I just went and bought this thing used off Craigslist and was like, I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna give you guys my initial thoughts, and we're gonna cruise around different terrains. I'm here at the beach right now, so we're gonna try the beach. I'm gonna try like a really steep hill, a really up and down it, see how it does on that. And I'm gonna just kind of show you what it's like to ride a Pint. Couple things to note when you're getting on this thing for the very first time. You're gonna feel super sketchy. I've had a few friends now try it too, and they feel like they're standing on like a marble and they're freaking out over it, right? So I would say first, relax, just chill. Remember that the technology in this thing is smarter than you. At least that's the hope, right? That's what you're paying for. Okay, so it app connects, but you turn the board on right here, you just hold this button. Board turns on, you get these light bars that tells you how much battery you have and if you're ready to go. It also shows if half of your front foot is on a sensor or not. The blue lights actually light up and you want to be fully flat with your front foot. So I like to put my foot like middle of the tail, it doesn't matter that much, and just stick it on. And you want to just stand up to flat. Everybody seems to get on it and try to step and go forward. No, you actually just kind of stand up. So I grew up skating all the time. I skated with like in pools, and I skated mostly transition stuff. So like half pipes a little bit, stuff like that. I was never amazing or anything, but I started at like a really young age skating just around the neighborhood. But that's my background. So I've done a lot of skateboarding. This feels way more like snowboarding than it does skating, I have to say. That's like the number one thing that you're gonna notice right off the bat. It makes everything pretty buttery though, going over like the little sidewalk grooves. You still feel them or whatever, like you feel it go like tap tap, but it's like the butteriest skateboard longboard wheel, or just like going in powder and you feel like that little thick spot in the powder for a second and it kind of pops you up. It's the same thing, but sidewalks are no problem. One of the reasons I got the Pint in the first place was so I could like take the van somewhere, park, jump out, grab the Mini, throw the Mini up in the air. So we're gonna do that right now. It's pretty windy. We'll see how the Mavic Mini does in the wind, but let's throw it up and just see what we get. All right, so this is a super steep hill. This is Palisades Hill. These cars hate me right now because I'm going up it with them, but I'm just cruising, just like I'm a bicyclist. It's fine. It's a super steep hill. Okay, I got a little clear. I can get a little faster now that I can get in the street. When you're riding in like a gutter, you feel like you're gonna die. You feel like you're gonna die, I'll be honest. Even though this thing eats up like the little metal grates and stuff, if you hit them, you'd be all right. But it does suck when you have like a car behind you. This is the bummer of the Pint compared to the XR. That top speed, a couple more miles an hour, would really help. Okay, they made it. They're good. We're good. But it is something to be like cognizant of. And I just realized I went the completely wrong direction and my car isn't even up here. So we're gonna ride now down that hill, do a little regenerative braking. I don't think I've used much of my battery anyways, but we're gonna get some of that. So let's see how it does down this hill. But I parked down there, not up here. Try not to die. Car pass you, it's fine. I wish there was a speedometer on the board, not on the stupid app. The app Bluetooth sucks anyway, so you can't even connect. Even if you wanted to connect to it, it won't, man. It ain't gonna happen. But see, we'll cross the street here. Just boop, right up this, no big deal. Come up here, give it a little simple stop. Simple stop means that when you start to stop and you roll backwards, the tail, you'll get a magenta light, and then the tail will actually drop and hit the ground, telling you that like, or like basically allowing you to stop without having to do like the weird toe lift thing. So we'll see. I didn't get the green light yet. We're just chilling. This is where like sometimes I can chill just flat, but like there's nowhere to chill in here. There is zero chill. So everybody looks at you a lot too. So if you're worried about that, that's kind of something to be conscious of. But you just kind of wait and wait and wait, and then we get the light, and then see, and then it didn't go. So that's where like the nose doesn't go. In that moment, all those cars are watching me, and then boom, I go the wrong, or I go too hard on the board, and then. But in that moment, everyone's looking at me, and the tail just drops, and you look like an idiot. All right, let's connect the app. You have to even get this thing like close to it before it connects. Okay, it's showing we got 70% battery left. We went 1.2 miles. It's got 8 miles of range left. I've been able to eke out 10 miles. I did 10 miles on it. I weigh 135 pounds, and I'm 5'6". But yeah, there you go. We got 4% regen. That was probably from that hill. That hill probably took a little bit more of our battery, but super cool. I'm in Pacific mode. There's these different riding styles that you can do that change like the whole pattern of how the board moves, how aggressive it like pushes it back to level, or how much like softness in it, kind of like loose trucks on a skateboard. I'm gonna get the van started first, and then I'm gonna plug in the charger, and I'm gonna charge it while I drive to our next location. I'm gonna go try to find somewhere where I can do a little bit of like grass riding in pavement, and maybe a little better audio, and I can give you guys a little bit more of my thoughts on the thing, just like generally. So let's go do that. Let's charge this sucker while we drive. So I started a timer. We're gonna time it the whole time it's charging, and then you'll be able to see how much charge we got in that amount of time. Okay, so we've been recording for like 17 minutes. I drove over here. There's a mountain bike trail right down there that starts. You can see like everybody's here with their mountain bike, big old trucks and stuff. But I'm gonna check the trunk right now. We're gonna see how much charge we got in 17 and a half minutes. Cool. Board looks good, nothing moved. Good. So let's bring the board out here. Here we go. Okay, cool, board's on. And we made it up to 88%. So we made what, like I think 18% battery on that drive over, just charging it in 17 minutes. So that's super cool. So if you've got a car with an inverter, you can try it. Worst case, you just blow the fuse under your dash, and you go under your dash and you pop a new 15 volt or whatever, 15 amp, sorry, fuse in there. So I'm gonna grab my helmet, and we're gonna jump on this trail. I'm gonna swap the batteries in the GoPro because these things suck. And let's go try some trail riding. Okay, so things I've noticed so far off-roading, much harder, but cool. Use cruise a little bit slower. It's definitely more tiring on my legs and stuff, so I don't think you can go as far if you're still getting used to like the conditioning of riding one of these things. It definitely uses like a lot of your leg muscles to keep everything kind of working right. I would say just the biggest thing is like trying to relax. It's like snowboarding, like let the mountain do the work, pushing you down the mountain, you know, you don't have to fight it. It's like on this, it's like let the board do the work and balance you, but easier said than done. But I'm cruising. It's definitely easier to do when I'm not balancing the camera with my arm. Like having full range of motion of your arms really helps a lot. So I've wanted a Onewheel forever. I remember watching the original Kickstarter and was just blown away with this idea of being able to basically snowboard on the streets or ride like electric skateboard basically that was really, really, really smooth. It carves so incredibly well when you're on pavement. It feels like you're just floating. They call it like floating is what they call riding it, but you get supposedly a 6 to 8 mile range on you know, that's what they advertise. But the other day I went up and down hills, all street stuff, but I did 10 miles. And I was all the way down to 1% battery though. And at the end, it's all like loosey-goosey. It's barely like balancing you. So you definitely should stop once you're underneath like, I don't know, 10%, 5%, or go really slow like I did. You know, a lot of people freak out and they worry about something called nosediving, which is basically when you overwork the motor, eventually it'll just fail or turn off because there's no momentum in this. With a skateboard or a bike, once you stop the engine, whether that be you kicking or the motor of like an electric skateboard's motor turning off, you just coast. There's no coasting on this. If you coast, you fall. The motor is always engaged. So a lot of people are sketched on that, but so far it feels like as long as you respect something called pushback, which is when the board lifts up, you saw that earlier when I was riding, you should be fine, it seems. And just take it really slow and don't freak out, you know? Everybody starts freaking out and trying to overbalance it and control it, and it's like, it's gonna do it. Just when you first step up, you just step up onto kind of this imaginary floating platform. You're on a magic carpet. And now once you're on it, you just trust that the magic carpet is gonna take you to the Cave of Wonders. Seriously, thank you guys all for watching. We're up to 500 subscribers now. That's insane. We're so stoked on that. And we're gonna be making a lot more videos coming up here. We're gonna go on some trips and stuff and get some more content out for you. But if you guys like what you're seeing, let us know. If you wanna see something, let us know. Happy to try to do that too. So I will see you guys next time. It's been real. I'm out. Almost forgot you.